Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Tabia for Explain America, and another scandal has rocked Tim Walz, the Minnesota governor who is Kamala Harris's vice presidential pick, and this one might cripple him. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, guys, check the lower right-hand corner. You're going to see youtube.com/@ExplainAmerica. Put that into your web address bar. Come over to our page. Hit the subscribe button. Absolutely free. It really helps us out. In this election season, we need as much assistance as we can get from you guys. So Tim Walz was trotted out yesterday as a teacher. And that's kind of a big deal. And a father. And that's kind of a big deal. And they wanted to really highlight those things about him. He's a teacher, he's a dad. But there was one more thing they wanted to highlight. Now, Tim Walz has talked about his military service. Kamala Harris talked about it too. And Tim Walz has talked about the weapons that he used, that he brought into battle in war, that he doesn't want on our streets. And he doesn't want weapons of war that he used in war on our streets. And I got to tell you guys, if you use anything that's legal in the United States in a war, you're not going to win that war. Because those are not military weapons. They are not weapons of war, no matter what the Democrats say. But I digress. Because Walz knows. He knows better than me. I wasn't in a war. Okay? I didn't serve my country in the military. I wish I could have. Not brave enough. Not brave enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. I wasn't brave enough as a kid to do that. But Walz was. Wasn't he? No. No, he wasn't. He didn't carry any weapons into war because he's never been in a war. You know why he's never been in a war? Because he joined the National Guard. Honorable. I know a lot of National Guardsmen who served overseas valiantly and bravely. Some lost their lives. Our National Guard is a treasure. Love them. That's our military. But not Tim Walz. No, when Tim Walz's National Guard unit got called into battle, you know what he did? He quit. He quit. He took his ball and he went home. He wasn't going into battle. He wanted to play Army man. He didn't want to actually be an Army man. How dare you? How dare you pretend that you're the same as the men and women who went and fought, got injured, have PTSD, died, saw their friends die? How dare you use that legacy to promote yourself, you fraud, you con artist, you scammer? You should be ashamed of yourself. Now, if this was J.D. Vance, who honorably served, oh, they'd be talking about this all day long on the media. But they're not going to talk about this on the media. That's why you got to share videos like this, because people have to know the darn truth about what's going on. I'm so disgusted by this story. And I'm disgusted by you. I hope you see this, Tim Walz, so you know what kind of a scumbag you are and what kind of a scumbag the rest of us think you are. I want you to watch this video on it and let me know what you think of this piece of in the comments.
I think that's frankly pretty bizarre. Now, look, what really bothers me about Tim Walz, it's not even the positions that he's taken, though certainly he has been a far left radical. You know what really bothers me about Tim Walz as a Marine who served his country in uniform? When the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. When Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the Army and allowed his unit to go without him, a fact that he's been criticized for aggressively by a lot of the people that he served with. I think it's shameful to prepare your unit to go to Iraq, to make a promise that you're going to follow through, and then to drop out right before you actually have to go. I also think it's dishonest. Something, again, if you guys ever get an opportunity to ask Tim Walz or Kamala Harris some questions, he made this interesting comment that the Kamala Harris campaign put out there, and I bet they're regretting they put it out there now, because he said that and he was making a point about gun control, he said we shouldn't allow weapons that I used in war to be on America's streets. Well, I wonder, Tim Walz, when were you ever in war? What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq, and he has not spent a day in a combat zone? What bothers me about Tim Walz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not. And if he wants to criticize me for getting an Ivy League education, I'm proud of the fact that my mamaw supported me, that I was able to make something of myself. I'd be ashamed if I was him and I lied about my military service like he did. Sir.
I want to talk a little about
Could you speak a little louder? Sorry.
Will Jones from Local 4. I want to talk a little bit about race. I was